Sinner alert at Wimbledon. He has an injury and raises concerns before the quarterfinals. After reaching the quarterfinals, thanks to the retirement of his opponent in the round of 16, doubts have emerged as to whether Jannik Sinner will be able to take to the court this Wednesday. The world number one is dealing with discomfort in his right elbow, stemming from a heavy fall in the first game of his match against Grigor Dimitrov. Tension came early, right at the start of the match. Sinner fell awkwardly on the grass while stretching out his arm to break the fall. He required medical assistance on the court, where an ATP doctor gave him a massage, and the Italian resorted to painkillers to ease the pain. The veteran stayed down, was treated by the medics, and ultimately retired in tears, giving the win to a physically affected but qualified Sinner. In the post-match press conference, Sinner himself explained what had happened. It happened very early in the match, in the first game. It was a pretty unlucky fall. I reviewed the videos a bit and it didn't seem too serious, but I still felt it quite a bit, especially on the serve and forehand. I felt it. So we'll see. Tomorrow we'll check how it is and go from there. The Italian confirmed that on Tuesday he would undergo additional tests to determine the severity of the injury. Tomorrow we'll check it with an MRI to see if there's anything serious, and then we'll try to treat it. While awaiting the scan results, the possibility remains that Sinner might not take the court against American Ben Shelton, who reached his first Wimbledon quarterfinal by defeating Lorenzo Sonego. The match is scheduled for Wednesday, pending medical clearance. The atmosphere on court reflects the uncertainty. On one hand, Sinner has bounced back from extreme situations in his career, though never after such a recent physical issue. On the other, Shelton arrives fresh and motivated, eager to spring the surprise and reach the semifinals for the first time. The gesture toward Dimitrov. In a display of sportsmanship, Sinner also expressed his solidarity with Dimitrov, whom he has known for years. "I don't know what to say, he's an incredible player, we saw that today. He's been unlucky in recent years. He's a great friend of mine, we get along very well off the court. Seeing him like that hurts. If he had the chance to play the next round, he deserved it. I don't take this as a victory. It was a moment of bad luck for everyone." The organization and the player himself plan to wait for the medical team's report before making any decisions. After recently parting ways with his physiotherapist and fitness coach, Sinner will work on his elbow with ATP Tour physios. This is how the Wimbledon quarterfinals stand after wins by Sinner and Djokovic. No one is immune to accidents, but usually, the best players manage to avoid them in every possible way. Italy's Jannik Sinner, world number one, came close to being knocked out. Suffering from elbow pain, frustrated because he felt dominated in the game and on the scoreboard, luck was on his side. Suddenly, Bulgaria's Grigor Dimitrov sat down on the grass of center court, clutching his right chest. Clearly in pain. Medical help couldn't fix the injury. Retirement at 6-3, 7-5, 2-2. Jannik Sinner into the quarters despite trailing. For the third time in his career. He will face a rookie at this stage at Wimbledon, though one who has already reached semifinals at the US Open and Australian Open, American Ben Shelton, who stopped an all-Italian upper draw by defeating Lorenzo Sonego. Flavio Cobolli did advance, achieving his best Grand Slam result and setting up a match with the seven-time Serbian champion Novak Djokovic, who struggled against Alex de Minaur but reached his 16th Wimbledon semifinal. There have been many surprises during the tournament, as well as incidents like the dramatic shift in the Sinner-Dimitrov match, but we are getting closer to what would be the expected semifinals after the draw: Jannik Sinner vs Novak Djokovic and Taylor Fritz vs Carlos Alcaraz. The two-time Spanish champion will begin his quarterfinal battle this Tuesday against the last Briton standing, left-hander Cameron Norrie. The prediction is clear in favor of the Mercian, who is on a 22-match winning streak and unbeaten in his last 18 at Wimbledon. Taylor Fritz will try to reach the semifinals at Wimbledon on his third attempt. Last year's US Open finalist will face Russian Karen Khachanov, coached by Spain's Pipo Clavé. On Wednesday, it will be the turn of Jannik Sinner and Novak Djokovic in the upper half of the draw. In the women's side, a new champion is guaranteed, with two strong contenders, Belarusian Aryna Sabalenka and Poland's Iga Świątek, who would only meet in the final. The women's quarterfinals are already set for Tuesday. One features world number one Aryna Sabalenka and 37-year-old German Laura Siegemund. The winner will face either American Amanda Anisimova or Russian Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. On Wednesday, matchups include Mira Andreeva, coached by former champion Conchita Martinez, versus Swiss Belinda Bencic, and Iga Świątek versus Russian Ludmila Samsonova. Alcaraz admits shoulder discomfort, but downplays it. Better to treat it. Carlos Alcaraz continues his steady march toward his third consecutive Wimbledon final, where he hopes to be on Sunday, July 13th, aiming to repeat his successes from 2023 and 2024, both times defeating Novak Djokovic in the final. After defeating Andrei Rublev in 4 sets in the round of 16, the Mercian admitted he felt some discomfort in his right shoulder but downplayed it, understandable considering his performance, where he hit hard and served at a high level, tallying 22 aces. Today I felt a small discomfort during warm-up, so it's always better to treat it and see what happens. Then I felt great, very comfortable. Reaching the quarterfinals playing my best match gives me confidence to keep going and improve where I need to, said Carlos in his press conference. After 4 matches, we finally served like today. I'm really excited to keep going like this, he added about his serve, which helped him out of tricky moments during the match. Andrei is one of the most powerful players on the circuit, with that forehand and serve. He pushes you to the limit, side to side. It's very tough to play against him, but I played very smart, moved well, affirmed the Mercian. Tennis is a sport where everything can change in 1 point. You have to stay mentally strong the whole match. I knew I was going to play better than in the first set and take my chances. I think the break in the second set changed everything and I started feeling more comfortable, said Alcaraz, who will face Britain's Cameron Norrie on Tuesday in the quarterfinals. Alcaraz to return to the €1 million Saudi tournament, the Six Kings Slam confirms participants. The tennis spotlight will once again shine on Riyadh in mid-October. The flashy tournament known as the Six Kings Slam, full of holograms and, especially, millions of euros, returns for a second edition and will once again rain down money. €1.5 million per participant and $6 million to the winner. Jannik Sinner was last season's lucky champion. The exhibition shines for its exclusive lineup. Only 6 players participate. The aforementioned Sinner, Alcaraz, Djokovic, Zverev, Draper, and Fritz are the 6 set to compete in Saudi Arabia. The tournament will take place from October 15 to 18, wedged between the Shanghai Masters 1000 and the final European Tour of the season. The ATP Finals will once again be the season's finale. Some names from the last Six Kings Slam are out. The main one is Rafa Nadal, who is retired and will not compete in Riyadh. Also absent are Holger Rune and Daniil Medvedev, both out of the ATP top 6. They are replaced by Zverev, Draper, and Fritz. Only Sinner, Alcaraz, and Djokovic will return. The money involved is the driving force behind the young tournament. Carlitos was candid last season. If I said I went just for fun, to play tennis without thinking about the money, I'd be lying. Everyone works for money. That's life. I love playing tennis and most of the time I don't think about money. I play for the love of tennis, to have fun. But let's be real, we also play to earn money. This tournament had the highest prize, reflected Juan Carlos Ferrero's pupil about the Six Kings Slam. Meanwhile, Alcaraz is thriving on Wimbledon grass, now that he's overcome a fiery opponent. Rublev bows out, 6-7, 6-3, 6-4, 6-4, after a serious but insufficient performance to stop Carlitos, who advances to the quarterfinals without fireworks but with solid tennis. Lacking his most dominant version, the Mercian gets by gradually raising his level each round. So far, no one can stop the champion. Alcaraz's elegant reply to Kyrgios, "It's funny coming from him." The ups and downs of Ferrero's knee from the bench mirrored his pupil's performance. With highs and lows. The highs ultimately prevailed and Carlos Alcaraz, after neutralizing Struff's firepower, sealed a 6-1, 3-6, 6-3, 6-4 ticket to Wimbledon's round of 16. The Mercian overcame the trap set by the German with a strong serve, flat shots, and good net play. Struff fits the profile of a strong grass court player but wasn't enough to beat an increasingly mature Alcaraz on this surface. The German can vouch for that. This Carlitos plays with more control than the one he faced in 2022 at Wimbledon. That battle went to 5 sets and lasted over 4 hours. Alcaraz knew Friday wouldn't be easy against the veteran but handled it better than last time. After surviving Struff's hammer blows, Alcaraz also brushed off recent harsh criticism from Kyrgios, a player now closer to being a former pro who speaks more with a mic than a racket. His latest circus act was aimed at the Mercian and his lifestyle. "I pick Sinner because Alcaraz loves girls. He could get distracted, go out partying too much. Meanwhile, Sinner is more stable," Kyrgios said about Alcaraz. Carlitos responded with elegance after beating Struff. "I saw the comments, they're funny coming from him. It doesn't surprise me. Everyone has their opinion," the Mercian began. "We've seen over the years that Sinner has fewer ups and downs than I do. I've always said that's something I'm working on, but Jannik doesn't have as many ups and downs. He always plays good tennis from start to finish, and I struggle a bit more. It has nothing to do with nightlife, although of course I like to enjoy myself. But those are funny comments that I sometimes laugh at," he added. Kyrgios jokes about Alcaraz and Raducanu's relationship. "I think it's a love triangle. Carlos Alcaraz and Emma Raducanu are becoming the couple of the moment at Wimbledon 2025. Their budding relationship is causing a sensation and has caught the attention of pundits, like Nick Kyrgios, who joked about a love triangle involving Jack Draper as the surprise guest in the trendy duo." Social media lights up every time Carlos Alcaraz and Emma Raducanu interact, and this buzz has reached tennis experts analyzing the tournament, including Nick Kyrgios on talkSPORT. The Australian, known for his peculiar sense of humor, commented on Wimbledon 2025's off-court hot topic, the duo formed by the Spaniard and the Brit.